jump in this thing and see what it'll do.
Ready to rock this, bro?
Oh, hell yeah. What's going on, everybody? Well, today I took a day for myself. Today is my birthday, 9/11/85, 34 today. So I know some of you guys think I'm like in my mid-20s. I just naturally look that good. But no, today I wanted to do something for myself, which is my roadrunner right here. If you guys are familiar with this car, this is the Bahama Mama that I pulled out of a backyard here in town. This car had been sitting since 1989. It was last registered, last stickered in 89 on the license plate. California plates. This is an air grabber, 4-speed, numbers matching, big block, 383, Bahama yellow. That's where I got Bahama Mama. It's Bahama yellow roadrunner. Really cool car. I mean, rust free. This car is immaculate. Badass car. The reason I want to get this car going is the General, which is the 69 General E, and Smurf right there are in need of some work. I have abused those cars. Smurf needs a new transmission, the transmission that afterwards, and then the General, I just plumb done wore that motor out. That motor is tired. It smokes so bad. It doesn't really, I mean, it smokes out the exhaust, but it really smokes out the valve covers. This thing has so much blow by, it looks like a freaking steam train coming out of the hood when I'm sitting at a stoplight. It still runs and drives, and I still drive it. Another thing it needs is suspension. The suspension in the General is clapped out. Taking it out in the desert and having fun with it, sliding around, hitting berms, banks, and doing all that has destroyed this clapped out 50-year-old suspension beyond what it was before when I started. So General needs all new suspension, and it needs a new motor. I've got a motor waiting for me in North Dakota. I gotta go pick that up. It's a 426 wedge, so the General's now gonna get a 426. It's not a 426 Hemi, but it's 426 wedge. So we're gonna stuff that in there, which will be way more powerful than the 383 that was in it, 'cause this thing was pretty mild. Anyway, back to the old roadrunner. So let me show you under the hood of this old girl for the people that haven't seen it. If you haven't seen this video of this car, I would suggest going to watch it. But yep, boom, air grabber, air grabber, air grabber. Numbers matching. I see, right, the car does run and drive right now, but it does not run and drive legitly. To start this car, I have to take a screwdriver to the starter relay. I have a little 1-gallon gas tank here, and nothing in the car works except for the throttle and kind of the brakes. I mean, it'll stop, but I mean, the pedal's to the floor and it'll crawl to a stop. So that's what this car is right now. What I need to do is I want to make it a reliable driver. So I have, actually I'll show you right here. Plus, I want to get the correct air cleaner for it. I'm missing the base. That's the only thing. There was a couple things missing from the car. The air cleaner base, the top of the air cleaner was there, but the air cleaner base is missing. I do have the top of the air cleaner that has the Roadrunner air grabber decal on it. Actually, you know what? We'll just show you that right quick, just so you guys believe me. Pow! Told you. And I think this car would look bitchin' if I put these back on there. The old rocket wheels with white wall tires. That would look awesome. But today's goal is we're gonna get this thing vacuumed out, pressure washed, and buffed. Here's my weapons of choice. Oh wait, I don't have the buffer. Dang it, I gotta go back to TJ's shop and go get my buffer. Of course, that's gonna be a minute. So, maybe we'll just get it pressure washed and vacuumed, or no, vacuumed and then pressure washed today. So, yes, Bahama Mama. What do you think, Sam? You enjoy driving this one? Yeah? Okay. Well, I'm gonna get on it. Hey everybody. Well, we got Walter here today.
Hey.
Walter has been helping me strip apart Bahama Mama while I've been working on the yellow, or not yellow, but blue 69 sunroof car, actually hidden right here behind the wall there. And then also was working on the green 69. That's pretty much all buttoned up. That's gonna go to the paint shop just to get cleared. The Walter, what I had Walter do, and another friend of mine, is this is just pretty much tearing the car down. You guys have seen me tear cars down, and there's nothing too particular about just pulling exhaust, cutting exhaust off and pulling the suspension off. So I just had them rip that out quick. But at this point, I figured we'll show you a couple things we got going on here. So I got the suspension all ripped off because we're gonna rebuild all that because it was clapped out. And Walter just ripped the exhaust off. You did see me pressure wash the car, get it all cleaned out. It's all nice and clean as a whistle. And what I have noticed about this motor is this is in fact the numbers matching motor. The oil pan, or the VIN number is right on the oil pan rail down there. So this is the numbers motor, but it is not the right color. This engine is red when it's supposed to be orange. And then looking at it, I could see that the oil pan gaskets have been changed. Let me see if I can get a look at this here, down here. Okay, yeah, here we go. The freeze plugs, those have been changed to clean. Pretty grungy down here, so it's obviously been leaking oil. But you can tell the timing cover's been off. So the oil pan's been off, the timing cover's been off. Those are not the original freeze plugs. The intake's been off, and the motor is red now. So that tells me that someone rebuilt the motor or something went wrong with it and they fixed it. Now you've seen this car run. It ran good. Didn't have any problems with it. But then when Walter was taking the exhaust off, we noticed that we're still laughing about this. So tearing apart Bahama Mama, we just noticed that the fuel pump has got a spark plug wire going underneath it, sandwiched between the block and the pump. The wire. So either this is some fancy electronic pulsed fuel pump, or someone sandwiched the fuel pump in between the plug wire, so it's only got 7 cylinders. So,
It has to be grounded out, man.
oh yeah, no, that's done. So this car was running on 7 cylinders for however long they had this car like that. And just out of curiosity, see, when I got this car running, I didn't pull the plug wires, I didn't pull the spark plugs, I didn't do anything. I just checked, it had oil. Oil didn't look wet, or it didn't look milky, so I primed the oil pump, cleaned all the dirt from the top of the rockers, slapped carburetor on it, put electric fuel pump on it, boom, kicked over, ran. So let's go ahead and show you this here. I had the spark plug off just so we could look, but this is the spark plug that is original to this hole. And you can tell that this thing had never run. This spark plug had never fired a spark. It is brand new. So that cylinder that had that spark plug wire pinched had never thrown a single volt into that cylinder for however long they drove this thing. So you actually know what I was just thinking, Walter, you know what might kind of scare me a little bit, knowing this? What if that cylinder wall is washed out and piston rings are...
That's what I'm thinking, dude.
So that's a bad thought right there. But we won't know until we get torn apart. So Walter is going to... What do you think, Walt? Oh, we're going to pull the transmission out because I have a fancy schmancy new gear Avengers that's going to go behind that 4-speed, because I want to drive this Roadrunner long distance and everything, and cross country and whatnot. And so having a 4-speed sucks. It's fun, but it sucks. You can't actually get up the highway. On the highway, you're doing like 3,000 RPM at 70 miles an hour. So it sucks. And with the gear vendors, I can at least run a 323 gear or a 355, and I'll have, if I run a 323, I'll have a 250 cruising gear in 4th gear, or in overdrive with the gear vendors. So that would be perfect. I'll be able to, that'll be spinning about 2,400 RPM, 2,300 RPM. Great. So we're going to put that in here, but we're going to pull the cylinder heads off because we're going to put some performance cylinder heads on it, because why we spend $1,000 to rebuild and port these ones when we can just spend $1,000 and have aluminum ones that are better already. We're going to put an aluminum intake on it because that's garbage. We're going to put a roller cam in it. I've got a roller cam that I originally bought for a patina, but I started thinking about it and it's just too small of a cam to put in a 489 cubic inch motor. But that same cam in a 383 cubic inch motor will work awesome. And it'll have a little bit of chop to it. So, Walter, let's start ripping this thing apart.
Sounds good.
All right. since that was filmed, I am a year older. That all that footage is a year old. As you can see, the Roadrunner ain't sitting there no more, and I've got other stuff in the driveway. What had happened is, well, stuff happens. I had to get the Roadrunner out of here because I had to do some other stuff on some other cars, and I needed to work on the General, and so I just needed the space, really. Actually, well, yeah, I'm working on a Charger right here. This is Hellcat number 2. Yeah, watching some of my good buddy Jed there with Scott Speed Shop in the background. And then here's Hellcat number 1, Leonard's car, which this car is pretty much almost done. I don't even know when the last time this car was filmed, but Patina, almost done. Yeah, I broke them here. I'll save all the footage for this car later. But it is getting pretty bitchin' looking. But a lot of the parts for the Roadrunner has actually changed course. We were just gonna make it run and drive, which that's still the plan. But now it's being made and drive more betters. So the engine has already been assembled, or well, short block has been assembled. This is the numbers matching 383. It's all new bearings. It's got ARP rod bolts, it's got ARP head studs. The heads aren't on it yet, but I had this factory piston ceramic coated because it had already been bored out and the bore was really good. So I just bought new piston rings and had the stock piston ceramic coated because we're going Toibo. Not big Toibo, little Toibo. Just enough to, oh, probably 67 millimeter. Just something to get it out of the hole, spool quick. Well, and also, you know, just blaze tire. But see, the transmission and the bell housing and all that stuff has already been restored and painted. See, that's tearing down the engine. See, the transmission's already been sandblasted, it's been restored, painted. The bell housing's been blasted, painted. Got a brand new 323 True Track that's going to go in the Roadrunner. It has a 323 Sure Grip right now, but we're gonna go ahead and slap that True Track in there. But I noticed when I was editing this video, there was a lack of footage. And then I remembered that I had rebuilt all the suspension on that car. We put QA1 upper control arms on it. We put I rebuilt the lowers and also reinforced them, gusseted. And then we put you know, a good disc brake setup on it and all that, but I had to slap it together real quick, get it rolling, get it on the trailer and dump it at my place in Arizona, so that way I can do some other stuff in the driveway, because the Roadrunner wasn't crucial at the time. So, which it still isn't. I need to get this turd done. So, I need to kind of start one car and just finish one car instead of jumping around so much. As much as I want to jump on every car I have, I just needed to start one, finish one. So it's kind of what I'm doing right now. So the Roadrunner, Bahama Mama, is kind of put on the back burner until I get Patina done and get a little farther ahead on some project cars for customers and stuff. So just letting you know what's going on, up to date, and trying to get all this footage out of my SD cards. So I'll go ahead and thanks for watching this footage. And I will get back on Bahama because I really like that car. So it will be a turboed 383 with a gear vendors. It already has all new suspension on it. It's going to have all new interior. It will be a pretty bitchin' car. I'm actually really looking forward to that. I have a new grill for it because someone had painted the grill black. So over time, the last year, I have been collecting little pieces and parts for it. But just letting you know what's going on. And as of right now, I need to get my ass. Leonard, your Charger sucks. Need to get my ass back on getting this car done. So I will holler at you guys later, and I'm going to finish editing the sunroof car here within the next couple days. Actually, it'll be like, what, part 4? Yeah. So I'll jump on that. I need to get these old footage. Like, I have a year's worth of old footage backed up on my laptop. Need to get it done and off. So still ripping stuff off, as you can see. This car probably won't be filmed too much. Anyways, see you guys. Thanks for watching. I'm going racing this weekend.